Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing K-3 visas. Those are supplemental marriage visa petitions that are filed on behalf of the spouse of a United States citizen. And we are specifically discussing the topic of medical exams in the context of this COVID-19 embassy shutdown. We've seen interviews canceled, or I should say suspended, by the visa units at every embassy or consulate outside the United States I know of, at least as of the time of this video. And what we're discussing is what happens when these interviews are eventually rescheduled with respect to my medical exam. So to just use kind of a fact pattern here, we're basically looking at a situation where someone had their interview date set, they had gone and gotten their medical exam done in anticipation of their interview, then the interview was canceled, or they already had the medical exam, they had yet to get the interview date, but they were waiting on it, and the visa unit shut down due to COVID-19. They were no longer taking any new interviews, and as a result, they were sort of left out in the cold. Well, presumably, at some point in the future, we are going to see the embassies and consulates reopen for visa interviews, in this case, K-3 visa interviews. And presumably, that will be sooner rather than later, we hope. Now, what happens when they reopen to that medical exam? Because in a sense, medical exams need to be fresh, if you will. They can go stale. If a certain period of time transpires between having a medical exam undertaken and the interview date, that medical exam can go out of date. For this reason, further arrangements may need to be made in order to make sure that that medical exam is quote-unquote fresh at the time that the interview takes place, lest you have some real problems. Because, for example, some embassies, for example, the U.S. Embassy here in Thailand, may not even allow that person, even though they have a scheduled interview, they may not even allow that applicant on to the premises to undertake that interview if they do not have an up-to-date medical exam. So for this reason, those who are falling into this really unfortunate set of circumstances, it may not be a terrible idea to contact a legal professional in order to get some insight into how best to deal with medical exam expiration, if you will, in the aftermath of these COVID-19 lockdowns when visa interviews resume.